right to the source. What do we have to do to get you a part of 911 Nashville?
That's a really good question. I would have a list of demands. First of all, I would want to like be horribly injured and saved by somebody on there or something, right? Like, you don't want to just go on there and be yourself. Like, I need to be like an evil villain or something. Like, Leanne Rimes has the gig. She's the villain of the show, you know.
And do you want to call the dispatcher, too, and talk to her directly?
I want to tell the dispatcher off because the dispatcher just talks about how her dead husband is perfect. He was just so perfect. He was just the best husband ever. That guy. I can't stand that guy. I'm so jealous of her dead husband at this point, who didn't exist, by the way, before you tune in at this point and think I'm an awful person.
Right. I feel like the role, it's writing itself now.
It is true, though. It's so funny. We were sitting around the kitchen table, and one of my sons said, "How did you cry in that scene, Mom?" And she said, "Well, I just pretended that Mark, my husband in the show, was perfect. Was just the perfect husband, and I was mourning him. And I was like, hey, I'm right here. What are you talking about?" She's like, "Well, he was perfect." So
we have to get you a part of the show now.
I don't know. Maybe. I would want a flashback scene where I'd knock Mark out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're onto something.
Maybe. Yeah, we're writing the show. We're writing next season right now.
Well, I love her, but I love to fish. Spend all day out on this lake, and hell is all I catch.
Today she met me at the door. Said I would have to choose. If I had that fishing holiday, she'd be packing all her thanks and shoes.
You are fresh off stage. How did it feel to be out there and joining the American Idol family tonight?
It's great. Lucas is such a great kid. He's what a great talent. And he had been performing that song we did at the farmer's market in Nashville every Sunday. So I was like, well, let's just do it on TV. You know, when they asked me what I wanted to play, I was like, we should do that.
Do that.
Yeah.
And always an excuse to see your pal Luke Bryan here tonight.
Of course. No, yeah, especially after punking him this year pretty good. And I'm going to try to make Luke say ridiculously awkward stuff.
I'm benching 175 tomorrow. I need more hot chicken. I need more hot chicken out of you.
That was so much fun, and it came off great. Like, he was a great sport, man. He was so willing to say whatever I told him, and he'll never do it again. But it was great.
Well, y'all are the kings of pranking. How do you up yourselves now?
That's a good question, because I definitely always feel like with pranking, it's like, what haven't we done? How do we go another gear? How do we find that? And I think that's the only way you get through the monotony of some of the road stuff you got to do in this job, and some of the travel, and some of the, you get to know these people so well, and it's like, what is the most awkward thing I can do to them?
And who do we target?
I always say Carrie Underwood's perfect for targeting, but as far as that goes,
Have you been able to pull off anything yet with her? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've pranked her. Out on the road one time, I showed up without her knowing it, and she was singing our duet Remind Me in concert. She did this to me as well, by the way, but she was singing in Nashville, and we told her I was out of town, and I couldn't be there. So she was singing to like a holographic image of me, and when she started singing, I walked out in front of the image, that's the best kind of prank.
That's a good prank. That's a good surprise.
That's one where everybody wins. Yeah, nobody's embarrassed.
Well, something that's not a joke is that you have new music out.
Yeah.
Tacklebox. Tell me about this project for you and what it means to you in this body of work.
Well, so this is a different way to release the music. I've got so many songs I've written over the years that feel like exactly what I love about country music, but for one reason or another, they didn't fit an album I was making. And then there's like this question of what do you do with those? And then I realized, well, what I do with my friends is I've got a Dropbox where they can go listen, like people that I work with, they can go listen to some of these. And I'm like, why don't I just make that something we can do with everybody? So we're releasing a song at a time. Imagine it like this. There's a list of 20, and one is out. It's called Fallen. 2 is a blinking cursor, and it'll come out Wednesday.
Okay.
And it's out Wednesday, and then Friday's another one. So we're just going to keep doing that.
Do you like this method of releasing music?
I don't know. I think so. I mean, I do in theory. I think it's a great way of doing it, because one thing I can't stand is song, 6 weeks later, another song, 6 weeks after that, an album. I am impatient. I think everybody is impatient now. So the idea of like check back every week and there'll be a song or two for you to hear, I don't know. I think it's fun. We'll see. I
mean, the industry has changed so much. And with that being said, what advice would you have for whoever wins American Idol tonight?
I said this a little bit ago, and look, take my advice with a grain of salt, but I think be yourself. Like, go